Kathy from Charlotte, North Carolina. Please
Hare
accept my
Krishna,
humble
Krishna Sita
obeisances to
Mataji.
everybody.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Krishna Sita
Mataji.
Mataji. Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your sweet association. Welcome to the call. And we pray for your health, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Hari Bol. Happy
Hare
Nrsimhadev
Krishna.
to you.
हरे कृष्ण मेघता गंधरिका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी फ्रॉम शार्लोट हरे कृष्ण एंड हैप्पी नरसिंह चतुर्दशी टू एवरीबॉडी
Hare Krishna Priti Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every single day and giving your sweet association. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna.
Parikrama Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indaleka Karna Devi Dasi from Lincoln, wishing everyone a very happy Nrsimha Chaturdashi. And Mataji, Prabhuji is already there.
Okay, we will start. Hare Krishna, Indaleka Karna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and all glories to your wonderful services. So we will start the recording here. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Once again, wishing everyone happy Nrsimha Chaturdasi. Today, we have a special topic, Lord Nrsimha, the Supreme Protector, by His Grace, Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji. So before we hand over the call to Prabhu, I request Raj Prabhu, please give a brief introduction of today's speaker. Oh, we have Tiffany Mataji. Hare Krishna, Tiffany Mataji. Hope you are feeling well. I hand over the call to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and happy Nrsimha Chaturdashi to all of you. Today we have with us His Grace, Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji. Gauranga Darshan Das is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami, and he is an Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at the Bhakti Vedanta Vidyapit Research Center at Govardhan Eco Village. He is a member of the ISKCON Board of Examinations. He holds a master's degree from the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. He teaches Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Vaishnava character courses at Govardhan Eco Village and at several places in India. Gauranga Darshan Prabhuji has written several books, including Gita Subodhini, Bhagavat Subodhini, Chaitanya Subodhini, Disapproved but Not Disowned, Bhagavat Pravaha, and Gita, the Jewel Box. He has a special fondness for reciting and meditating on scriptural verses, and he has compiled shloka books, namely Gita Ratnamala, Bhagavat Ratnamala, Chaitanya Ratnamala, and Bhagavat Tattvamala. He also runs a free monthly e-magazine called Bhagavat Pradipika and regularly writes educational and devotional articles that also appear in Back to Godhead Magazine International and multiple Indian language editions. He is known for his lucid spiritual talks with captivating visuals and also presentations that give a bird's eye view of an entire book or section. So far, he has delivered over 4,500 hours of spiritual discourse. He has guided several students in their Shastic study, and he also oversees deity worship at Govardhan Eco Village. Hare Krishna, welcome to the call, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Tiffany Mataji, for the brief introduction. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining on this very auspicious day and enlightening us on the wonderful topic of Lord Nrsimhadev. I now hand over the call, Prabhu. Thank you so much for your valuable association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam tam sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances and to all the devotees who have assembled for this online session on the occasion of Nrsimha Chaturdasi today. Today we'll discuss the glories of Lord Nrsimhadev, and glorification of Lord Nrsimhadev is never complete without glorifying his dearest devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. Right? So we'll discuss that. Naturally, we'll discuss the glories of Prahlad also, along with Nrsimhadev's glories. So, we will try to highlight the theme of how Nrsimhadev protects us in various ways. So, Nrsimhadev is described to be the supreme protector of his devotees. Yato yato yami tato Nrsimha, devotees access Lord Nrsimhadev from wherever they are, and before starting any endeavor or going to any yatra, devotees specifically offer prayers to the Lord for protection of one's devotional inspiration and devotional endeavors. So what are the various ways in which Lord Nrsimhadev offers his protection? That's what we'll try to see now. Now, as we know, when his dear devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, when he was in pain, actually Prahlad Maharaj did not have any pain. He did not perceive any pain, but he faced several calamities. His own father tried to kill him in various ways. So he faced so many such difficulties in life. But Prahlad was always remembering the Supreme Lord, and Nrsimhadev always protected him from all calamities. So the Lord is called Sattvatam Patihi, or the protector of his devotees. In fact, the Lord appears on this planet for three reasons, as we know. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To protect the righteous people, to punish the vicious people, and to establish dharma, the Lord appears in multiple yugas in different forms. So, although the Lord appears for these three reasons, his primary reason is Paritranaya Sadhuna. Okay, out of these three reasons, which is the topmost important reason for the Lord? Paritranaya Sadhunam, to protect his devotees. That's what Prabhu explains in his purports. So he descends to protect devotees who follow dharma, who follow Bhagavata dharma. So what exactly is the nature of the Lord's protection? One, he protects us through saintly association. You see the life of Prahlad Maharaj. When Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad's father, went to the forest to perform some austerities, to get some boons from Lord Brahma, so that he will be able to kill Lord Vishnu. What happened was that the Devatas came and attacked Kayadu, Hiranyakashipu's wife. They came to Hiranyakashipu's palace. They chased away all the demons and they all attacked Mother Kayadu. At the time she was pregnant. Prahlad Maharaj, little boy, he was there within her womb. So all the Devatas tried to kidnap her. Then Narada Muni appeared there. Narada Muni said that, Devatas, what are you trying to do? Why are you kidnapping this innocent woman who is the wife of another person? Is it appropriate? You are Devatas, you know Dharma. Then Indra said, Narada Muni, we don't intend to harm this woman, right? We don't want to kill her. But she is holding a child of Hiranyakashipu because in her womb. Because Hiranyakashipu is a great demon, his son also will become great demon. Just because Hiranyakashipu is tormenting this universe, his son in future will also torment the entire universe. To protect the universe from this fierce demon, we are going to kill him. As soon as this lady gives birth to this boy, we'll kill him, then we'll release her, right? We'll not harm her. So Narada Muni said, why are you thinking in this way? Just because Hiranyakashipu is a demon, that does not mean his son also becomes demon. His son will become a great Mahabhagavat devotee. Therefore, please don't kill him. Then as soon as Narada Muni said this, all the Devatas respected his words, trusted his words. Actually, Narada Muni's words were unbelievable. Suddenly, someone comes and says that the son of this great demon will be a great Mahabhagavat devotee. It's unbelievable. But still, because Narada Muni said it, he is trustworthy Vaishnava. Therefore, all the demons immediately, all the Devatas respected his words and they immediately offered obeisances to Kayadu, circumambulated her with great respect and left her under the protection of Narada Muni, and they left. They went to heavens. So this requires humility. Although what Narada Muni said is inconceivable, unbelievable, still his words are very powerful because he's a saintly person. So we should have obedience towards great saintly people. So anyways, Narada Muni took Kayadu to his ashram and gave her protection. So the Supreme Lord protected Prahlad through his devotee. So whenever there is some danger in the life of a devotee, calamity in the life of a devotee, the Lord offers protection. Sometimes he personally comes, sometimes he sent his devotee. So Prahlad was about to die before even taking birth. Before even coming out of the womb of his mother, Prahlad, there is a death threat in Prahlad's life. So the Lord protected Prahlad by sending his devotee Narada Muni. Just like the Lord had sent Narada Muni to guide Dhruva Maharaj in his devotional service, similarly, the Lord had sent Narada Muni to enlighten Prahlad Maharaj also even before his birth. So Narada Muni took Prahlad to his ashram. Narada Muni took Kayadu to his ashram, and he started speaking some spiritual subject matters to this pregnant lady. He said, he spoke the glories of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. He spoke about the process of devotional service. But Kayadu, because she was very anxious of the safety of her husband, and she was very anxious about her son also, she could not focus on the class given by Narada Muni, right? Whenever there is some anxiety in the mind, whenever we have hundreds and thousands of thoughts in the mind, we won't be able to do Sravanam properly. We won't be able to focus on spiritual sound vibration properly. So Kayadu could not hear the katha given by Narada Muni. But Prahlad had absolutely no anxieties in life. Prahlad is completely focused, right? Although he was not yet born, somehow by the Lord's grace, Prahlad had the ability to receive the teachings from Narada Muni and understand the process of devotional service. When the Guru is potent, when the Guru has a sincere intent to enlighten people in bhakti, And when the disciple or the student is very eager to hear the teachings of Guru and imbibe the teachings of Guru, there is absolutely no issue in the content transmission, right? Just like I'm having Zoom call with you. I have good Wi-Fi. And if you also have good Wi-Fi, whatever I'm speaking here, you will be able to hear. Whatever you are speaking, I will be able to hear. Because the transmitter and receiver are potent, the transmission of content, transmission of signal is clear. Similarly, when Guru is a sincere devotee of Krishna and wants to preach Krishna consciousness, and a disciple wants to receive inspiration in spiritual life, nobody can stop the transmission of inspiration in bhakti. Okay, so Prahlad Maharaj, although he was not yet born, he was about to take birth in a demon's family, right? He was within the womb of his mother. So his demoniac birth, dynasty, and also his tender age were not an obstacle for Prahlad Maharaj to receive spiritual inspiration from Narada Muni. Very important, right? So bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya. This is how the Supreme Lord saved Prahlad Maharaj from death by sending Narada Muni. And the Lord also saved Prahlad Maharaj by enlightening him through Narada Muni, through saintly association. So when we get an opportunity to associate with the devotee, to see a devotee, to hear from a devotee, that's a great blessing that we are receiving from the Lord. The ultimate protection given by the Lord is by giving us an opportunity to hear Harikatha from his devotees, right? So bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya, because Narada Muni has devotion in his heart, he was able to instill that similar devotion in Prahlad Maharaj also, right? So bhakti is said to be causeless, as we hear from Srimad Bhagavatam. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktira dhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Savai pumsam paro dharmo, the supreme occupation, the supreme duty, supreme dharma of every living being is to perform loving devotional service without any selfishness, ahaituki, with absolutely no material motives or personal desires or selfish agendas. Apratihata, without any interruptions or inconsistencies and irregularities. When bhakti is done in this way, then yayatma suprasidati, heart is completely satisfied. Prahlad is a wonderful example of ahaituki bhakti and apratihata bhakti. When the Supreme Lord Nrsimhadev appeared in front of Prahlad, after killing Hiranyakashipu, he asked Prahlad, ask any benediction, whatever you want, I will give you. Then Prahlad said, my dear Lord, I am not a businessman who would like to exchange one's service for some boons. I have rendered service to you. I am offering devotional service to you with a selfless intent. I don't want any benedictions from you. Second, you are my eternal master, and my position is to be your eternal servant. So you are not like a master who tempts or who retains his servants by giving some incentives of boons, right? You are my eternal master, I'm your eternal servant. Let this relationship be like this, pure. Let's not have any material boons in between. So, ahaituki bhakti, selfless devotional service. Apratihata means no interruptions, right? So, demoniac birth of Prahlad was not an interruption in his bhakti. His tender age was never an interruption in receiving inspiration from Narada Muni, right? So bhakti is born from the saintly association. So the bhakti which is there in Prahlad Maharaj is bhakti that he received from Narada Muni. Okay, so that's the power of saintly association. So now coming to the case of Hiranyakashipu, he trickily planned to become immortal by performing some severe austerities to get boons from Brahma. And he also received boons from Brahma. He should not die inside a house or outside a house, during the daytime or during the night time, or on the land or in the sky, or through any weapons, or by an animal, or by an animal, or by a devata, or by a human being, so no one should kill him. So he tried to intelligently avoid death, right? He wanted to become immortal. But when Nrsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj understood, my father had so much of power. My father had so much of influence. When he raises his eyebrow like this, all the devatas will become fearful. When he feels little hot, he will just raise his eyebrow like that, and sun has to adjust his temperature so that Hiranyakashipu would be comfortable, right? So he would just give some signal to earth, and earth will produce all kinds of natural resources and minerals, right? So just by his movement of eyebrows, all the controllers of this universal affairs, they will just offer whatever he wants, right? To that degree, he had control, power, Aishwarya, but all that is useless, right? So Prahlad Maharaj said that I have seen Ayuhu Shriyam Yasha, I have seen great boons that my son, my father has received from Brahma, but all the boons could not protect him from death, right? So with one's great intelligence, one wants to avoid death, but no one can avoid death. The Lord is more intelligent. If you want to intelligently avoid death, the Lord is more intelligent you to avoid you death, right? So Prahlad Maharaj is protected by the saintly association of Narada Muni by being bestowed with the ability to discriminate between what is good and what is bad, what is worthy to aspire for, what is unworthy, what should we reject. So now, when Prahlad was in front of Nrsimhadev and was offering prayers to Nrsimhadev face to face, you know what he prayed for? Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe kamabhikama manuyaha prapatan prasangat Kritvatmasat surarshina bhagavan grihitah soham katham na visruje tava bhritya sevam. While standing in front of Nrsimhadev, Prahlad is praying for the association of Narada Muni. So because of the association of Narada Muni only, Prahlad got this rare privilege of seeing Nrsimhadev at the age of 5. So he said that, my dear Lord, I was just falling into this andhakupa, this blind well of material existence. But it is only by the grace of Narada Muni that I am rescued from that blind well of material existence. And he gave me this great gift, transcendental gift of your devotional service. So ham katham nu visruje tava bhritya sevam. How can I not aspire for serving the lotus feet of such a pure devotee like Narada Muni? So he was very grateful to Narada Muni. Whenever we receive some little assistance from some devotee in our spiritual life, we should never forget that favor. We should never forget the inspiration received from great devotees in our spiritual life. Basically, this is gratitude. We need to be grateful for all the support and assistance and inspiration that we are receiving from hundreds and thousands of devotees. Without devotee association, we won't be able to progress in the path of bhakti. We won't even begin the path of bhakti, not to speak of progressing. So, Mother Earth can tolerate any kind of burden, but not the burden of an ungrateful person. Of all the aspects of disgraceful behavior, the worst is ingratitude, not to have gratitude. So Prahlad is extremely grateful. We have seen in the examples of so many people that even in the presence of the Supreme Lord, these great devotees, these pure devotees who got the ability, who had the eligibility to see the Supreme Lord personally, they were aspiring for the association of devotees. In front of Nrsimhadev, Prahlad said, my dear Lord, I am very grateful to Narada Muni. Please give me his association. Please give me opportunity to serve him. And in front of Vishnu, Prachetas, the 10 Prachetas, the 10 sons of Prachanabarhi, they offered prayers. They said that, my dear Lord, it is only because of Lord Shiva's divine mercy Because she taught us Rudra Gita, we are able to see you today after 10,000 years. So, my dear Lord, we can never forget the favor given by Shiva. So, we have seen the examples of so many people who are so grateful to devotees who have helped one in spiritual life. Even Dhruva Maharaj also. Dhruva was about to go to the Supreme Lord's abode, Vaikuntha airplane. He boarded Vaikuntha airplane, but he did not want to proceed. He just wants to jump from the airplane to take his mother also. How can I go to Vaikuntha without my mother? It is only because of my mother I got this opportunity to go to Vaikuntha. So this is how we see that even Dhruva is grateful. So Prahlad is also grateful. So saintly association is a great blessing, and we need to be grateful for that great blessing. So the first way in which the Supreme Lord protects all of us is to give us the great transcendental gift of saintly association. Let us be grateful to the Lord, following the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. So this is the first aspect of protection. Protection by offering saintly association. Second, we are basically discussing how the Supreme Lord is, especially Nrsimhadev is Supreme Protector. So one is protection through saintly association. Second is protection from material desires. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Okay. Means we develop desires because of our association. Once desires are inspired and influenced by the company that one keeps. If one is in materialistic association, he will have material desires and selfish desires. If one is in saintly association, one will develop saintly desires, spiritual desires, noble desires. So Prabhupada writes in one purport that we should offer prayers to Nrsimhadev, who killed Hiranyakashipu. Who is Hiranyakashipu? He is a personification of material desire. Hiranyakashipu. Hiranya means gold, Kashipu means bed, soft bed, cushion. So gold, wealth, soft bed, it is basically representing some sense gratification, right? So materialistic people are very much attached to sense gratification that comes through wealth and that comes through the association of opposite gender. So Hiranyakashipu is representing that material desire, okay? Attachment to wealth and opposite gender. So materialistic people always desire to make the body comfortable by having so much gold and sense gratification. Hiranyakashipu represents that. What did Nrsimhadev do? Nrsimhadev just broke apart Hiranyakashipu's chest and pulled out his intestines and wore those intestines also, right? He basically killed Hiranyakashipu. And we should offer prayer to Nrsimhadev. My dear Lord, the way you have killed Hiranyakashipu, you please kill my material desires also. The material desires within my heart are like Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu is personification of material desire. Hiranya and Kashipu, we discussed that. So we should pray to the Lord. My dear Lord, please kill my material desires. Now you see, when Nrsimhadev offered this prayer to, offered this boon to Prahlad, Prahlad said, I don't want any boons from you. We discussed it, that he's selfless. He said, I'm not a businessman. I don't want to exchange my service for some material boons. I don't want. He said that. But later Prahlad made up his mind and said, yes, my dear Nrsimhadev, if at all you want to give me some boon, I want one boon. What is that boon? Let me not have any material desires. Okay. So my desire is to not have any material desires in my heart. Please fulfill this desire. Okay. Please give me this boon. So this is how the Lord's presence inspires us to reject all our material desires. Okay. So Prahlad Maharaj, although he stayed in such great kingdom of Hiranyakashipu, filled with so many demons, devoid of God consciousness, Prahlad did not develop any materialistic desires. Okay. Because he's very careful. He said that all the royal opulences of my father are useless. Okay. Like he could inherit the entire universal empire. Prahlad could inherit the whole universal empire just by being obedient to a materialistic father. Okay, if he is just like an obedient materialistic son, if he chants Hiranyakashipu, Hira, 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 instead of Hari, 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 he would have got the entire universe in his name. But he never compromised on his devotion to Lord Hari. Okay. Prahlad understood the futility of material desires through the devotional inspiration, knowledge given by Narada Muni. He told Nrsimhadev about the futility of material desires. He said, Tasmadamumstanubhritam ahamasi shogna ayushriyam vibhavamaindriyamavirincyat nechami te vilulitan urvikramena kalatmanopannayamam nijabhritya parshvam. He said, Tasmadamumstanubhritam ahamasi shogna. My dear Lord, many people desire so many asisha. Asisha means blessings or benedictions or boons. So many people desire. But I have complete experience of the benedictions of worldly opulences, mystic power, long lifespan. Ayuhu shriyam vibhavam aindriyam avirinchat. Ayu, long lifespan. Shriyam, great opulence. Vibhavam, great influence. I have seen all that. Aindriyam. So many facilities for sense gratification and strong senses. All the sense gratificatory facilities are there. If you don't have strong senses, you cannot enjoy it. Although delicious foods are there, if you don't have digestive power, you cannot eat it. But Hiranyakashipu had both. He had digestive power also. He had delicious foods also, right? He had strong senses also and a lot of facilities for sense gratification also. Some people have strong senses. They don't have facilities for sense gratification. Some people have facilities for sense gratification. So many sweets are there, but they have diabetes. Okay, they cannot eat. So the point is, Prahlad saw that Hiranyakashipu had both. He had strong senses. He had so many facilities for sense gratification, but there is no satisfaction. What does it mean? Senses and sense gratificatory facilities cannot give satisfaction, right? So the pleasure that a conditioned soul derives through body, through senses, is useless, is insubstantial, right? It has no relevance from the perspective of soul. Soul desires spiritual pleasure. So he said, Nechamite vilulitan urukramena. So Hiranyakashipu occupied the heavenly planets and started residing in the heaven only. And he has all these great apsaras surrounding him, and he is in the midst of unlimited sense gratification. But Prahlad said that, what is the use of all that? Nechamite na ichhami, I don't want. Kalatmanopannayamam nijabhritya parshvam. What exactly do you desire then? You are rejecting all the material desires, material boons. What do you want? Nijabhritya parshvam. Let me render service to a pure devotee like you. So Prahlad is so fortunate enough to not have material desires in his heart. So the Lord protects us from by giving us saintly association. Secondly, the Lord protects us from all material desires. So how he gave Prahlad Maharaj is a great example. Look at the example of this 5-year-old child. Just learn from him. He is not aspiring for any material boons. He's even teaching his classmates also. Okay. So in his school, Prahlad Maharaj, whenever he had some little break, he would just gather all the other students and would start speaking to those kids. You should perform devotional service unto Lord Hari. You should not aspire for sense gratification. Life is very short. He speaks many things. So he understood the futility of material desires. He understood the importance of saintly association and devotional service. So protection from material desires, protection through saintly association. Third, protection from all kinds of fears, right? So Prabhupada writes that when Nrsimhadev appeared, devotees become fearless, right? So they have absolutely no fears. So when Nrsimhadev was roaring, all the devatas become fearful. It's a little different kind of fear, not the fear of birth, that old age disease. This is a different fear. This fear experienced by all the devatas like Vidyadharas, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Kumpurushas, Charanas, all of them, it is basically Adbhuta Rasa. It's the mood of astonishment, wonder. So that kind of nourishes the pastimes, that makes the pastimes of the Lord very exciting. Okay, when the Lord does a drama, means when the Lord is doing some leela, unless you get astonished, there is no experience of rasa. So let me tell you one small thing. So many years back, some 10, 11 years back, we had a drama for Ramnavami. So Ramayana drama. So there we had elaborate dressing, okay, makeup. So one devotee, or Garuda Prabhu, he was playing the role of Jatayu. He wore a very nice dress, Jatayu, with some wings and a big beak in front. So his decoration was very elaborate. And another devotee was playing the role of Ravana. So the scene was that Ravana came to kidnap Sita Devi, one of our brahmacharis. Okay, he took the saffron and made it like a sari, and then he was playing the role of Sita. So this Ravana devotee, Ravana, he's also brahmachari. So Ravana went to kidnap Sita Devi, and he was just taking Sita Devi away on his Pushpak Viman, okay, with a big sword in his hand. And our director has planned for a big fight, okay, between Jatayu and Jatayu and Ravana. So as our Ravana devotee is taking our Sita devotee away, our Jatayu devotee came there, okay, just to fight. So he was just flapping his wings with his hands, and he came on Ravana. And Ravana took his sword and then just did like this, and Jatayu fell down. And he's not getting up only. Just once he just moved his sword like this, and our Jatayu devotee just fell down. He's not getting up only. And our director has planned for a long shot there with some 4 or 5 minutes of background music. And he was expecting that Jatayu will get up and then do little fight with Ravana. But he just lying down only. Ravana did not know what to do. He just took Sita and went away, went out of the stage. And the background music was going on for a while. So now everybody knows the story. Okay, that there was Jatayu and Ravana, they were fighting, and then Jatayu would be killed. But they were expecting a fight. Okay, there is some rasa, there is some excitement. Similarly, if nobody becomes fearful when Nrsimhadev appears, there is no rasa. So just to create adbhuta rasa, the mood of astonishment, the Lord was not at all getting pacified. He was just angrily roaring like a lion sitting on Hiranyakashipu's throne. Then even Lakshmi also was, Mother Lakshmi also was very fearful of looking at Nrsimhadev. Then Brahma came and said, my dear Prahlad, the Lord appeared for you, only you can pacify him. And the Lord was waiting for this moment. Let my devotee Prahlad come and pacify me. Okay, Prahlad went forward and offered prayers. And Prahlad said, Naham vibhemya jitateti bhayanakasya jihvarka netra bhurkuti rabhasogradam strat antrasraja kshata jakeshara shankhukarnan nirhata bhita digibhad aribhinna khagrat. He said, my dear Lord, you are so fearsome. I am not at all fearful. Right? He said that Naham bibhemi. He began the shloka saying that I am not at all fearful. Naham bibhemi. Ajita, O unconquerable Lord. Te ati bhayanakasya. Your extremely fearsome form is not creating fear in me. Naham bibhemya jitate ati bhayanakasya. Jihvarka netra bhurkuti rabhasogra damstrat. Your jihva, your tongue, which is oozing blood of Hiranyakashipu. Arka netra, your eyes are like rising sun, not rising sun, like scorching sun in the middle of the day during summer, May. Okay. Jihvarka netra bhurkuti, your eyebrows, rabhasogra damstrat, your fearsome teeth, your wedge-like ears. Antrasrajaha, you are wearing a garland of intestines. Krishna in Vrindavan, he wears Vanyasraja, a forest flower, a garland made of different types of forest flowers. But Nrsimhadev, he wears Antrasraja. Antrasraja means garland of intestines. Antrasraja kshata jakeshara, bloody mane, shankhu karnan, wedge-like ears. Okay. Jihvarka netra bhurkuti rabhasogradam strat antrasraja kshata jakeshara shankhu karnan nirhata bhita digibhad aribhinna khagrat. Even great elephants that are balancing this bhumandala on different sides, they become fearful, but I am not at all fearful. Right? And your nails are like Vajra, thunderbolt, and they are piercing the mountain of this Hiranyakashipu's chest, but they are not causing fear to me. Why? Simple reason. A fierce ocean can drown an elephant, which is very strong and powerful. But a little fish, small fish, can swim across the current, can swim against the current. A fierce river, a big river, can drown an elephant. Elephant enters the river, and because of some waves, then if elephant could not balance, elephant can drown in the river. But a fish cannot. Because fish has taken shelter of river, there is no harm for the fish. Elephant has not taken shelter of the river. Similarly, if we take shelter of the Supreme Lord, then he will protect us from all calamities, and there is no fear. He is Abhaya Pradata. He will put his fearless hand on our head, just like he has put on the head of our Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad is not at all fearful. Okay. So the boons offered by Brahma could not make Hiranyakashipu fearless. But Brahma's son Narada Muni could make Hiranyakashipu's son Prahlad completely fearless. Okay. So Brahma only dutifully sanctioned the material boons just as a formality. But Narada Muni, out of his saintly compassion, voluntarily bestowed bhakti. Brahma was obliged to give boons to Hiranyakashipu. And Brahma's son Narada was inspired to give bhakti to Hiranyakashipu's son. Here, father is blessed by father, son is blessed by son. Okay. So Brahma, the father, is blessing the father, Hiranyakashipu, out of obligation. Okay. And Brahma's son Narada Muni is blessing Hiranyakashipu's son, not out of obligation, out of inspiration. He has a voluntary spirit. Okay, let me just go and then enlighten this little boy. Right. So that is the power of bhakti, saintly association. So when we are equipped with bhakti, when we have complete faith in the Lord's protection, there is absolutely no fear, right? So Prahlad Maharaj also requests other people, his associates, in the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, you also take shelter of Nrsimhadev. Tasmadrajo raga vishada manyu manaspruha bhayadhainyadi moolam hitva griham samsriti chakravalam Nrsimhapadam bhajatam akuto bhayam. Tasmad rajo raga vishada manyu, my dear demons. Prahlad is amidst demons. Give up your rajoguna. Give up your passion. Raga, your attachments. Vishada, your sorrows. Manyu, your anger. Manaspraha, give up your hankering to be honored by others. Bhayadhainyadi moolam, give up your fears. So give up all these things. And do what? Hitvagraham samsriti chakravalam. Give up this materialistic household life also, which is like a whirlpool of cycle of birth and death. Right? Samsriti chakravalam. Give up. And do what? Nrsimhapadam bhajata kuto bhayam. If at all you want abhayam, accept the lotus feet of Lord Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhapadam bhajatat. Perform devotional service unto the lotus feet of Nrsimha. Akuto bhayam. Then you will be fearless. So devotees offer prayers to the Lord and fall at the feet of Nrsimhadev, take shelter of Nrsimhadev to be relieved from all fears. That does not mean the only reason for approaching Nrsimhadev is to be released from all fears. That's one of the results of taking shelter of Nrsimhadev. Okay, so a devotee by default has no fears. By default, there is no fear for a devotee because bhayam dvitiya abhiniveshatasyat. Bhayam or fear is there in this material world only because of identifying ourselves with this material body. Okay. Actually speaking, Prahlad never prayed to Hiranyakashipu, Nrsimhadev, please. Sorry, Prahlad never prayed to Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev, please come and protect me. My father is torturing me. Please come and protect. Please come and protect. He never said that. He continued to practice bhakti. He continued to chant Krishna, 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 Krishna. He is Krishna Graha Grihitatma. In the 7th canto, Narada Muni glorifies Prahlad Maharaj. He said that Prahlad is Krishna Graha Grihitatma. He is captivated by the planet of Krishna. Just like different bad planets capture some people, right? Some weak-hearted people. Similarly, Prahlad is a devoted. His heart is filled with devotion. Therefore, Krishna Graha has captured him. Krishna Graha Grahitatma, and is also constantly experiencing the embrace of Govinda. Govinda Pariramhita, right? You can see the third canto. He is experiencing the embrace of Lord Govinda. So basically, although Nrsimhadev can protect us from all fears, an advanced devotee like Prahlad Maharaj doesn't specifically pray to be relieved from fears, because a devotee doesn't experience fear only. By default, they are fearless because of by dint of their taking shelter of the Supreme Lord. Okay. When Hiranyakashipu inquired from Prahlad, what you consider the best thing? And you know what Prahlad said? Tat sadhu manye suravarya dehinam sada samudvigna dhiyama sagrahat hitvatva patam grahamandha kupam vanom gato yadharima ashrayeta. Just give up all the materialistic activities and go to Vrindavan and take shelter of Lord Hari. He will relieve you from all fears. Okay. So Nrsimhadev is known to relieve one from all fears and anxieties of life. Okay. However, a devotee doesn't specifically pray for that. The devotee is absorbed in worshipping the Lord, serving the Lord, remembering the Lord, and inspiring others to remember the Lord, and fearlessness automatically comes upon the devotee just as a result, just as a byproduct, just as one of the products. Okay. So the focus is on remembering the Supreme Lord. Okay. So now protection offered through remembrance of the Lord. So the essence of all Vedic rules and regulations is always remembering the Lord. Smartavyaha satatam vishnur vismartavyo najatuchit sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayoreva kinkaraha. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. And these two instructions are the essence of all the vidhis and nishedhas, all the rules and regulations, prescriptions and prohibitions, do's and don'ts described in all the scriptures. Okay. So Prahlad is considered one of the best examples of the process of smaranam in bhakti. So Nrsimhadev, therefore, he was always fearless. You know what? Once, when Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad, my dear Prahlad, on whose strength are you so fearless? On whose strength are you so fearless? I am such a powerful demon who can threaten even the great devatas also. Just by the movement of my eyebrows, all the devatas become so fearful. And you, mere child, 5 years old, you are standing in front of me fearlessly. On whose strength are you so fearless? You know what Prahlad said? The source of my strength is the source of your strength also. A devotee is completely convinced that whatever strength any living being has is only because of Krishna. Yadyad vibhuti mat sattvam shrimadhurjitameva tattadevavagachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. So he said that Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, whatever is beautiful, whatever is great, whatever is opulent is just a spark of my splendor. A devotee understands that whoever is powerful only because of the Lord. So Prahlad clearly said. Once Prabhupada went to the Western countries and some reporter asked Prabhupada, so Krishna is your God? Prabhupada said, Krishna is your God also. Right? Krishna is not just my God. Krishna is not just our God. Krishna is your God also. So there is complete conviction in the heart of a devotee like Prahlad or Prabhupada that the Lord is the supreme protector and supreme worshipable personality for every single living being. The source of my strength is the source of your strength also. My Krishna is your Krishna also. Okay. So therefore, we should always remember the Supreme Lord, and that remembrance naturally gives all protection. As Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, he said, Ye yathamam prapadyante tamstathaiva bhajamyaham. The way you approach me, in a similar way, I will reciprocate. And in 9th chapter, Krishna said that Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam vahamyaham. He said, if you always think of me, I accept the responsibility of your maintenance. I will protect you. Yoga kshemam vahami aham. Kshema means protection offered by the Lord. Yoga means our attempt to connect with the Lord. Prahlad is constantly serving the Lord, thinking of the Lord, meditating on the Lord. And the Lord gave him protection. Right? Prahlad was not at all bothered about the comments. There is the shloka. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujan nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnantu munchantu vam durvadam parighoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam tume. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. My chitta, my mind will not be deviated from the thought of the Lord even for one kshana. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Sri Krishna padambujan. My mind will not be deviated from meditation on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Krishna even for a moment. Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnantu unchantu va. Ninda means criticism. Let me be criticized by Priyabandhavaha. Nindantu Priyabandhava means let me be criticized even by my own relatives. His own father was criticizing Prahlad Maharaj hundreds of times. He was chastising him. Hiranyakashipu, he picked up Prahlad with so much love and affection, kept him on the lap. And he hugged him and he bathed Prahlad with his tears of love and affection. But as soon as Prahlad said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoha Smaranam Pada Sevanam, what did Hiranyakashipu do? He threw him off the lap. Yes, get it off my lap. Where is love? So, as long as you pamper the ego of a demoniac person, he will show love, he will show affection. As soon as you crush the ego or even slightly say a word or do some activity that is displeasing to him, that love will turn into hatred. As simple as that. Okay. Just like Daksha, he had so much love for his youngest daughter. Okay. Generally, father has so much love and affection for daughter that the youngest daughter becomes specially the object of affection for the father. So thus, Daksha loved Sati so much. But because Sati became the wife of Lord Shiva, Daksha neglected her, became completely indifferent to her. Even if she was committing suicide, even if she was self-immolating herself, he did not make an attempt, he did not speak a single word to stop her. To that degree, an egoistic person gives more importance to his ego at the cost of compromising on his love for his children also, right? So we need to understand that ego makes a fool out of us, right? If we are egoistic, we harm ourselves. An egoistic person can harm 10 people. That's fine. Okay. But before he harms 10 other people, he has already harmed himself. Right? That ego, that pride, that envy will harm us. So therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, he did not maintain any grudges towards Hiranyakashipu. Although he disagreed with Hiranyakashipu, he disagreed with the teachings of Shanda and Amarka, he never disrespected them. We can disagree, but we need not disrespect. Okay. So Prahlad is constantly absorbed in the thought of Lord Hari, and he received all protection from Hari, despite all the other obstacles caused in his life and criticism that he is receiving from his own relatives. Right? So Nindantu Priya Bandhava Gurujana. Gurujana, his gurus also criticized him. Grihnantu munchantu va. Let them accept me, let them reject me, no problem. Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostu va. Durvadam parighoshayantu. Durvadam means gossip. There is a lot of gossip about Prahlad Maharaj in Hiranyakashipu's kingdom. People were thinking, people were saying that, oh, you know, Hiranyakashipu's son, the son of the greatest demon, the king of all demons, became a devotee of Lord Hari. So much gossip, right? Ninda Durvadam Parighoshayantu Manuja. Let people gossip about me. When we take to devotional service, people gossip about us. Oh, he has become Hare Krishna. He shaved his head. He is wearing a saffron. Whole life, only one cloth. When I went to some interview, visa interview, so the people asked me, is orange your favorite dress, favorite color? I said, I'm a monk, but they said, oh, that means orange is your favorite color. So basically, when people outside, they may just make fun or smile, or some people even criticize. Some of my family members said, you are escaping from your responsibilities by shaving your head, right? You are afraid, you are fearful of taking responsibilities. So, those who became little attached, even little attachment to devotional service, will have the strength to tolerate all the comments of this world and continue on the path of bhakti, right? So in Prahlad Maharaj's case, it is true. Durvadam parighoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostuva. Vamshe kalanka. Prahlad is even criticized for bringing kalanka, a bad name, bad reputation for his dynasty. As if he is coming from a great dynasty. Like Yadu Vamsha, Surya Vamsha, not like that. It's a Rakshasa Vamsha. But this Handa and Amarka are saying that, so you, Prahlad, you are like a handle of axe. And Vishnu is the axe. And our demoniac dynasty is like a sandalwood forest. And this axe is cutting down that sandalwood forest. Basically, they gave some kind of analogy to criticize Prahlad Maharaj and to discourage Prahlad Maharaj from performing bhakti. And they said, you are Vamsha Kalanka, you are bringing bad name to your Vamsha, right? So, Durvadam Parighoshayantu Manuja Vamshe Kalanko Stuva Tadrak Prema Dharanuraga Madhuna Mattayamanam Tumi. But one who experiences the love of Krishna, like Prahlad Maharaj, one who is constantly experiencing the love and protection and affection of the Supreme Lord, they will not be affected by this criticism or ninda or chastisement or gossip, right? Tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam tumi. Matta. Matta means he is intoxicated. Prahlad is saying that I am intoxicated by your glories. Therefore, I become oblivious to public opinion. Okay, so let me completely dedicate myself. So where did he get so much dedication? To the devotional service, to the Supreme Lord, by the Lord's blessings, coming through Narada Muni, right? So by Krishna's blessings, we get a Guru. And by Guru's blessings, we get Krishna. Okay. By the Supreme Lord's by blessings, Prahlad got a Guru like Narada Muni. But by Narada Muni's blessings, he got the opportunity to see Nrsimhadev, right? So they both are in sync. Guru and Krishna are in sync. So only by Guru and Krishna's mercy, we get Guru and Krishna. Right? By Krishna's mercy, we get Guru. By Guru's mercy, we get Krishna. Prahlad is totally absorbed in remembrance, right? So actually, the Lord protected the Krishna consciousness of Prahlad Maharaj. The physical protection that he received is fine. It's one of the products. Okay. So when the assistants of Hiranyakashipu struck the tender body of Prahlad with sharp weapons and threw him from mountain cliffs and threw him under the feet of elephants and subjected him to all kinds of hellish conditions, it is Prahlad's absorption in the remembrance of the Supreme Lord that saved him. Okay. And finally, Prahlad also was protected by Nrsimhadev's personal presence. Hiranyakashipu once challenged Prahlad. You are constantly saying Hari, 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 Hari. Where is Hari? Can you show me? Prahlad said, my Hari is Sarva Desha Vyapa, Sarva Kala Vyapa. He is present everywhere. Then Hiranyakashipu said, is he there in this pillar? Of course he is there. And Hiranyakashipu just took his fist and then punched on that pillar, and the pillar was broken into two pieces, and our Nrsimhadev manifested from the pillar, right? So little Prahlad had simple faith, and Hiranyakashipu wondered and enraged at that faith, and he could not have faith. The Lord is omnipresent. He is present everywhere. Yet he reserves the right of not being exposed to everyone. But a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj is able to see the Lord everywhere, but Hiranyakashipu cannot see. But by Prahlad's grace, Hiranyakashipu was able to see. Okay, so the Lord is not obliged to reveal himself. Naham prakashaha sarvasya yogamaya samavritah. So I am not obliged to present myself in front of a person who is challenging me. But Hiranyakashipu challenged, where is your God? Show me. But the Lord appeared. The Lord appeared in response to the challenge. Why? Because Prahlad is involved there. So Hiranyakashipu, when he challenged Prahlad, show me your God, where is your God? Prahlad said, my God is everywhere and in the pillar also. To make the words of his devotees true, the Lord appeared, right? The Lord is not obliged to respond to the challenging words of demoniac people, but the Lord is very much obliged to fulfill the promises or the words spoken by his devotees. Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmanah adrishyatatyad bhutarupamudvahan stambhe sabhayam na mrigam na manusham. Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam. Just to make the words of his dear devotee true. Protecting. The Lord not only protects the devotees, the Lord protects the words of his devotees also. Right? You see, the Lord protected, Nrsimhadev protected Prahlad through saintly association. Nrsimhadev protected Prahlad from material desires. Nrsimhadev protected the Lord, protected Prahlad by giving him his remembrance, Krishna consciousness. Nrsimhadev finally protected Prahlad from all fears. He also protected his devotees' words also. Prahlad said, yes, my devotee is there, my Lord is there in the pillar also. Immediately Nrsimhadev manifested from the pillar. Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam. Nija bhritya means his own servant. Bhashitam means the words he has spoken. Satyam vidhatum. Let my words, devotees, be true. That's why Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktaha pranashyati. Kaunteya, please go out and declare that my devotee will never perish. Even if a great demon like Hiranyakashipu is trying to kill my devotee can never be harmed. Mare Krishna rakhe Krishna mare ki. So name bhaktaha pranashyati. My devotee will never perish. My devotee's words also will never perish. Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam. Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmanah. My Lord is spread everywhere. He is all pervading. That's what Prahlad said. The Lord made it true. Adrishyatatyad bhutarupamudvahan. The Lord appeared in an unprecedented form which was never seen before. Atyadbhuta, extremely wonderful form. Stambhe sabhayam namrugam namanusham. And he appeared from the pillar in the assembly hall. Namrugam namanusham. He is neither man nor a lion, right? So he is somewhere in between, okay? And he killed. Now, the Lord appeared to make the words of Prahlad true. But the Lord also made the words of another devotee true. Who is that? Brahma. The Lord protects the words of Brahma also. My dear, Brahma has given, he's also pure devotee, right? So Brahma has given some boons to this demon. If I disrespect those boons, if I cancel those boons, who will respect Brahma? So the Lord respects the autonomy of his devotees, right? Just imagine there is one manager. He is managing few people. And there is another manager, senior manager above him. And this manager has given some instructions and corrections to the lower, the ground level people. And the manager above him, he comes and he just completely ignores him and he starts changing the instructions and giving new instructions and completely nullifies the authority of the other manager. How will this fellow feel? He'll feel so bad, right? So if he wants to communicate to the ground level people, the proper channel is to go through this manager, okay, and also respect his words. If if a younger manager is being disrespected or his words are being nullified by a superior senior manager in front of the ground level people, this person will not have inspiration to continue. A simple some kind of management lesson from Nrsimhadev's activities. Okay, so basically Brahma has given some boons. Lord Vishnu is not obliged to follow the protocols and policies set by Brahma's boons. So our Brahma told Hiranyakashipu, don't worry, you will not be killed inside or outside any house. You will not be killed during daytime or nighttime. You will not be killed on the land or in the sky. You will not be killed by any human being or an animal. You will not be killed by any devata or a demon or a snake. And you will not be killed by any weapon or any entity, living or non-living. So many boons. And the Lord could have come in the form of a snake, could have come in the form of a demon, could have come in the form of a human being, could have killed Hiranyakashipu in the daytime also, nighttime also, and Brahma's protocols will not have any obstruction on Vishnu, right? So Vishnu need not follow the protocols and policies set by Brahma's boons, but still he respected. Some people think that, oh, Brahma has kept boons and Vishnu had to follow. That means Brahma is subordinate to Vishnu. People may think like that, okay? But it's not necessary for him. But the Lord loves his devotees. The Lord respects his devotees, okay? So the Lord respected the boons of Brahma. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam is applicable not only to Prahlad, it is applicable to Brahma also. So he did not kill Hiranyakashipu inside or outside a residence. He killed him at the doorway. Not during the daytime or nighttime. Killed him at that time of twilight. Not on the ground or in the sky. Killed him on his lap. Okay. Not he's not a human being, he's not an animal. He's half man, half lion. Okay. He's beyond all these other species. Right? He's not a person created by Brahma. So like that. And also, the Lord fulfilled the words of another devotee also. Who is the devotee? Hiranyakashipu himself. Okay. Who is Hiranyakashipu? Hiranyakashipu is Jaya in Vaikuntha. Jaya and Vijaya are the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, isn't it? So, because they were cursed to become demons by the four Kumaras, Jaya and Vijaya came down here as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Ultimately, they were also devotees. And when Hiranyakashipu could not kill Prahlad Maharaj with all his attempts, at one point Hiranyakashipu started thinking, oh, I could not kill him. Maybe because of him, I will be killed. He was thinking like that. Prahlad is like a dog's tail, and I couldn't, just like dog tails cannot be straightened. Although I am trying to tell him to give up Hari Bhakti, he's not giving up Hari Bhakti. Although try to kill him in many ways, he's not getting killed. Maybe because of him, I will be killed. The Lord noted this point. Yes, because of him, you will be killed. Okay. So the Lord respected the words of Hiranyakashipu also and killed him. Okay. And another thing is, the Devatas wanted to kill Prahlad Maharaj when he was in the womb of Mother Kayadu. Then Narada Muni came and told that this child within the womb of Mother Kayadu is a great devotee. You will not be able to kill him. To prove the statements of Narada Muni also true, Nrsimhadev appeared and protected Prahlad Maharaj. Right? So, by killing Hiranyakashipu in this way, the Lord protected the words of Prahlad. He protected the words of Brahma, of Hiranyakashipu and Narada Muni. All four are devotees only, the Lord protected. So Hiranyakashipu is basically devotee earlier, Jaya, but he's enacting this role in this particular pastime. Actually, after killing Hiranyakashipu, Lord Nrsimhadev tore the chest of Hiranyakashipu. Earlier, he just pulled out his intestines. Okay. Tore apart his abdomen and pulled out his intestines and wore them as garlands. Later, he just ripped apart his chest and pulled out his heart. He examined the heart and he saw, this is my place. I am supposed to sit here. why did this fellow allow lust, envy, pride, greed, anger, etc. to sit in the same place? And the Lord threw that heart and went and sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu. Right? So this heart is meant to be a place for Krishna's pastimes. Okay. So Sadhyo Hridyavarudhyate Prakrtibhi Susrushubhistakshanat. Right in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, this beautiful line is spoken. When we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, when we hear Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela based on Srimad Bhagavatam, you know what happens? Krishna becomes captivated in our hearts. He will not leave the hearts only. Through the sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna enters our ear holes, and through ear holes he will enter into our heart. Pravishtaha karna randhrena swanam bhava saroruham dhunoti shamalam Krishna salilasya yathasharat. So the Lord enters into the ear holes of his devotees, and he enters into the hearts of his devotees. So this is the place of Krishna. If there is one seat there, you allowed Krishna to sit there, and when Mr. Lust came there, and you may give some space to him also. Krishna, just move aside, go, Lust, go and sit there. Okay. And then Mr. Envy there. Envy came. So you gave same seat to envy also. Krishna, just move a little, adjust a little bit, and envy also sat. Then pride, then greed, then anger, all the anarthas are sitting. What will Krishna do? He will get up and go. Right? Don't take it literally, but point is, this heart is meant to be Krishna's place. If this heart is filled with envy, pride, and other kinds of anarthas, Krishna becomes very uncomfortable to be there. But when the heart is cleansed of all anarthas, Krishna comfortably sits there. Okay. So, but the Lord wanted to prove that even though Hiranyakashipu is like this, after all, he is my devotee. So therefore, I will go and sit on his throne. So why the Lord has to sit on a seat which is used by a demon? But the Lord thought that no. My devotee is fortunate in all circumstances. Okay. My devotee is fortunate in all circumstances. Even if he's playing the role of a demon, he's my devotee. I will not forget his devotion, previous devotion. So he went and sat on Hiranyakashipu's throne. And when Prahalad went in front of Nrsimhadev and said that, my dear Lord, can you please forgive my father? So initially, when Nrsimhadev asked Prahalad, you take any boon from me? First, Prahalad said, I'm not a businessman. I don't want any boons from you. Second, he said, yes, I want one boon. Please kill all my material desires. Third, he said, I want one more boon. What is that? Please forgive my father. He offended you and he tried to kill me, your devotee. But please forgive my father and please liberate him. And Prahalad's Nrsimhadev said, your father has been liberated. Don't worry about it. Okay. So the Lord is kind and the devotee is also kind even on a demon. You see. So this is how the Lord protected Hiranyakashipu also in that sense, right? Because of his earlier devotion. Okay. So finally, the Supreme Lord protects us beyond comparison. So Prahalad Maharaj, in his prayers, he said, Balasya neha sharano pitaro Nrsimha nartasya chagadamudanvati majjato nauhu taptasya tat pratividharyai hanjaseshtaha tavad vibhotanubhritam tadupekshitanam. Balasya neha sharano pitaro Nrsimha. Oh Narasimha, a child cannot be protected by the child's parents. Even in the presence of wealthy parents, rich parents, educated parents, loving parents, a child may die. Nartasya chagadamudanvati majjato now. A medicine or an efficient, experienced doctor cannot protect a patient. Okay. Even in the presence of a doctor, even in the presence of medicines, patients die. You see, many times deaths happen in hospitals also. Hospital has a lot of medical facilities. So many medicines are there. So many expert doctors are there. Nurses are there. Can all of them put together save a patient from death? Yes, they can definitely give medication. They will try their best to save the patient from disease. But when the tenure of a person within a material body is finished, no doctor can increase the lifespan even by a second. Okay, doctor cannot protect a patient. Majjatono means a strong boat cannot protect a drowning man. Many people drown while traveling in a boat only, right? Not while swimming. So while traveling in a boat, they will drown. So parents cannot protect children. Doctors and medicines cannot protect patients. Strong boats cannot protect drowning man. Tavad vibhotanubhritam tvadupekshitanam. Tvadupekshitanam. The only protector is Lord Nrsimhadev. If we don't take shelter of Nrsimhadev, then no one can protect us. Okay, that's how our Prahalad offers this prayer. So Prabhupada says that having unflinching faith in the Lord as one's protector, friend, and master is the natural condition of eternal life. A living entity is so made by the will of Almighty that he is most happy when placing oneself in a condition of absolute dependence on Krishna, dependence on Nrsimhadev. Therefore, we have this opportunity today on Nrsimha Chaturdasi day to remember and to acknowledge Nrsimhadev as the supreme protector of his devotees. The Lord has multiple forms, but in this particular form as Nrsimhadev, the Lord is specifically known as protector of his devotees. And the greatest protection is protection of our Krishna consciousness. Let us offer prayers to the Lord. My dear Lord, let me sincerely practice the path of Krishna consciousness. Let me overcome all the obstacles in the path of Krishna consciousness with great determination to perform devotional service. So this is how one needs to offer prayer to the Lord and thank Lord Nrsimhadev for protecting us till now in the path of Bhakti. Thank you very much. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Sri Nrsimha Chaturdasi Maha Mahotsav ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Any questions or comments?
Dhanavad Pranam Prabhu. But beautiful class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, love from Nrsimhadev. Eyes were flowing from Prahlad Maharaj. I was thinking shlokas were flowing from your mouth, Prabhuji, and just giving us bliss, so much bliss. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Few points I wrote down. Certainly, Prabhu, evam janam nipatitam prabhuvahi kupe. We are still in that. I personally, I'm still in that. It's all about taking shelter, Prabhu. Such a beautiful point. Actually, what happens is sometimes we see Nrsimhadev. Remember, when we are protected, this happened personally to me. I was driving on a major highway, and then somehow, big accident was I was saved. And the next minute, my finger clicker was there. And I was thinking, oh, it was not somehow, it is Krishna who is protecting you, Prabhu. So you just need to remember him all the time, as you said in the class, Prabhu. Prabhu, one question. Is saffron your favorite color, Prabhuji? I'm joking, Prabhu. That was a good one. Thank you.
Okay.
Prabhuji, with your permission, we will just go to the question answer session. Our dear Sukara Krishna Prabhuji is there. Hare Krishna, Sukara Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanva Pranam. Prabhuji, you can mute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu, for giving me a chance, Raj Prabhu. Thank you very much. And happy Nrsimhadev. Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, you are such an enlightening. You're going to be the spiritual master. Definitely in future, you are such a great devotee. Prabhuji, I just want to know, this Nrsimha Pali, which is there near Jagannath Puri, what is the relevance? Is it that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has worshipped the Nrsimha Pali? Can you just tell me on that?
I don't know, Prabhu.
Okay. I went to Jagannath Puri. There was a Nrsimha Pali photo. I was not wondering why the Nrsimha Pali has been given. And they said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself worshipped that.
Okay.
But what is the relevance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Why is giving so much importance for Nrsimhadev? Because in Vrindavan and all is more of Govardhan, but in Mayapur I find more importance on Nrsimha. Is it Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Yeah, basically the Lord has multiple forms. In different forms, the Lord performs different pastimes. And Nrsimhadev performed this great pastime of protecting his devotee from great calamities. So Nrsimhadev is known as Bhakti Vighna Vinashaka. He will remove all obstacles in the performance of our bhakti to Krishna. Okay. So Krishna only protect our bhakti. Okay. Krishna in the form of Nrsimhadev, he will remove all the obstacles in the path of our bhakti and continue and allow us to continue with inspiration. That's why.
But Prabhuji, is the seventh canto the most important thing? Because I heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard from Gadadhar Pandit 108 times, I think the 10th chapter or something. So is it that seventh canto very, very important for all the devotees? Why Mahaprabhu, Ani over, and he was hearing in the
Prahlad and Dhruva. Prahlad and Dhruva pastimes Mahaprabhu used to hear multiple times. Yes, they are filled with great determination. When a child is practicing such a sincere bhakti, naturally, we will also get some inspiration, right? Like in our classes, many times children join and they recite shlokas nicely. And many adults, they said, Mataji and Prabhus, they say that by seeing these children, we are feeling some kind of complex and we are feeling shameful that we are unable to learn shlokas and philosophy like them. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Rajpuri.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for attending. Please keep blessing us, Prabhuji. Puja Mataji, Hare Krishna, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question is that as you said in your lecture, today's lecture, that for the Ahetu ki bhakti, Prabhuji, but in my case, whenever I was in trouble, when I'm in any kind of situation, then this is my bad habit that I pray for this material body. How can I overcome by this bad habit?
Bad habit of?
Bad habit of repeating, asking something for good health, and
actually
this is the main obstacle in the path of my bhakti, Prabhuji. So that is why.
Whatever is favorable for one's advancement in devotional service, we can aspire for it, we can work for it, right? So Krishna, if you so desire to improve my health so that I can serve you better, please do it. So a devotee can endeavor for self-preservation also. While attempting for self-realization, we need to take care of self-preservation also. So we need to protect our health. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also said, yes, we need health, good health, so that we can do our sadhana nicely. If you are sick, lying on bed, how can we get up early in the morning and chant holy names of Krishna or serve the deities? So we need good health, naturally. Sometimes, if required, we may even pray also. But the intention is, Krishna, if you so desire, please help me improve on my health so that I can serve you nicely. So that's the prayer, okay? But not just prayer, we should also take medicines and then try to improve our health, okay? But if you want me to undergo this illness as a token reaction to my misdeeds in the past, okay, I will undergo. I'll take medicines, definitely. So we need to protect ourselves from all calamities. That's our responsibility. We need to save this God-given body for his service. That's our responsibility. But still, despite taking all medicines, if health is not improving, we undergo that experience also as a reaction to our past misdeeds, right? But self-preservation doesn't obstruct our self-realization, right? Self-preservation is required for self-realization. Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, sorry, but this is not a hetu ki bhakti. I mean, problem to wahi rahega, Prabhuji.
No, it is a Haituki Bhakti. So, what is Bhakti? Rupa Goswami defined. Anya bhilashita sunyam gnana karmadyanavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktiruttama. He said Anya abhilashita sunyam, not Anya abhilasha sunyam. I am quoting directly from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami, as explained by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami. He clearly mentions that desires for self-preservation will not put you out of the realm of pure devotional service. Okay. So, Anya Abhilasha Sunya means no desire at all. Anya Abhilashita Sunya means no desires for sense gratification. If you are desiring for sense gratification on a material plane, that's not a Haituki Bhakti. If you are desiring good health so that we can serve Krishna, it is a Haituki Bhakti only. Okay. Thank you.
As in Damodara Ashtakam, Prabhuji, we used to say regularly that Idantevu Purnatha Gopala Balam Idantevu Varam Deva Mokshana Moksham Vadhim Vanachanya Ha Varesha Dapiha Idantevu Purnatha Gopala Balam Sadame Manasya Virastam Kimanye. So Prabhuji, in इस तरह से भी हम कृष्ण से कह सकते हैं कि हमारी हेल्थ अच्छी होगी तो हम आपको ठीक से सर्व करेंगे, यही कहना चाहते हैं.
We don't pray for good health every single day, right? Whenever we are sick once in a while, that's the prayer. But general prayer is pure devotional service only, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So don't worry about it. No?
Okay. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Actually, I have Abhishek Seva now. I have only 20 minutes. I need to move. Sorry, other two questions I may not be able to take. So let me do my seva for Nrsimhadev.
100%, Prabhu. As you wish, Prabhu. No, it's okay, Prabhu. It's completely fine. It's understandable. But Prabhu, we sincerely thank you, Prabhu, for coming to the call, Prabhu. Whenever Mataji is asking you, Prabhu, you are in such a good service, Prabhu, and devotees love you, Prabhu. So thank you, Prabhuji. Please keep blessing us in the future too, Prabhuji, with your sessions. Dear devotees, let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. And dear devotees, please don't leave the call, as there is another session from our very dear Her Grace Padmasakhi Mataji. So please don't leave the call after this. Let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalapataru
namo namah.
Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu ji ki jai. Our Padmasakhi Mata ji ki jai, who is ready right now. There you go.
Hare Krishna, Padmasakhi Mataji, please. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Padmasakhi Mataji ki jai ho. Fantastic.
Hare Krishna, thank you all so much for staying back. So we are in our session day 2 Ahobilam Parikrama. Yesterday we have seen the history, few pastimes, and we have known that there is lower Ahobilam and upper Ahobilam deities and Nrsimhas. So we just started. We will see, I think we have about 20 minutes. We'll try to see as much as possible today, and wishing you all a very happy Nrsimha Chaturdasi. Thank you so much for encouraging me always. We'll get started. So yesterday we saw Karanja Nrsimhadev. For those who remember, so as I said, there is lower and upper. Once if we have to go to upper Ahobilam, we have to take the Devasthanam bus, and then we have to go upper. And once you go upper, you will start from Ahobila Nrsimha as the first deity that we will be seeing of the Nrsimhas. So it's not very high. You'll have some steps, and then actually when you're going to Ahobilam, there is an Annadan towards the right. There are a lot of steps, nice like olden days temple hard stone steps, and towards the left there is Annadan, like you will have without onion garlic. They will serve, one family will be serving. So when you come down, you can have prasadam there. So as we are climbing the steps, and then very strictly they don't let us take pictures. It's very difficult to take pictures of the deities there in Ahobilam, and mostly everywhere. Only Malola Nrsimha Pujari, Varaha Nrsimha, they were okay. They were letting take, but others were very strict. So then we will start. We will go to the first one. So this is the self-manifested Ahobila Nrsimha deity. So as we discussed yesterday, when Nrsimhadev appeared, two things we have seen, right? Garudji wanted to have darshan of Nrsimhadev, and then he was meditating, and Nrsimha appeared, and then he started saying Ahobilam. That's a beautiful cave, and the devatas saw Nrsimhadev, and they started saying Ahobala. What a great strength! So this is the TT. And there's a very rare picture that was taken in 1975. So how do we say? So is that, see, the whole temple is like this stone. You may be seeing in the video. So we'll enter and it is deep, like it's inside. It's actually dark like this. How you're seeing, it is dark. So this is the Ahobila Nrsimha, self-manifested TT. So this is the first one. This was in 1975, but now they do nice decorations and a lot of tulasi malas. It was taken by one of Prabhupada's disciples in 1975. And then in Chaitanya Charitamrita also it is mentioned that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Ahobilam, Madhya Leela, 9th chapter, 17th text, and also in the first chapter, 106th text. It's mentioned that after visiting Tirupati, Sri Sailam, he has come to Ahobila Nrsimhadeva. And then from, so what happens? So Ahobila Nrsimhadev temple you will see, and as you're walking further, maybe when I show the video, you'll get a little bit, you'll understand. So as we are walking further, what will happen? So towards the right side, if you go, we will go to Pavana Nrsimha. And if you go towards the left side, that is when we will be going to Varaha, Malola, and Jwala Nrsimha. So Pavan Nrsimha is the longest. It's a very thick and it's 6 kilometers. Jwala Nrsimha is 4 kilometers from Ahobila Nrsimhadev temple. But Pavana Nrsimha is 6 kilometers and very dense forest. So, and as we are coming, there is this from the top of the hill, Bhavanashini is flowing. So what happens when Nrsimhadev appeared? So he was in that Ugra Rupam, right? So all the demigod, the devatas and demigods, they will call Ganga from the heavenly abode. They will request her to come down to cool Nrsimhadev. So Bhavanashini is, it's non-different from Ganga, and it is said that Bhava is the samsara sagara. So Nashini, who who gets rid of all the sins, and who gets us, who helps to make the material bondage. So 2-3 different meanings they were explaining when we go Bhavanashini. So Bhavanashi, this is Bhavanashini. So see, we will come, that there is the Ahobilam temple, and we will walk all the way like this, and then we'll come down. If you go right, there is Pavana Nrsimha, and if you go continue like this, we will go to Malala Nrsimha, and Bhavanasini is coming all the way from top, from Jwala Nrsimha. And when you go to see Jwala Nrsimha, actually you will get wet in that waterfall, and then only you can take the darshan. And also after Nrsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu, he wanted to wash his hands. So he will wash his hands also in this Bhavanashini water. And when we are going to Jwala Nrsimha is the place where he killed Hiranyakashipu. That's the place, right? So there is one small pond called Raktakunda. We'll see that picture also. So where he washed his hands, and it is said that the water is in red hue even till now. So we'll pass Bhavanasini, and then we will go to, first we will see Kroda Nrsimha or Varaha Nrsimha. So Kroda is the teeth, like a teeth kind. So what happens, Sri Nrsimhadev Ugra form, Mother Bhumi was not able to tolerate. So what she will do, she will go under Bhugarbha. She herself will go under Bhugarbha. So like how Varahadev protected and uplifted Mother Earth, even Nrsimhadev, he will go and he will uplift Bhumi Mata. So that's why if you see here, actually towards here, this side, the picture it is not showing. We will see Varaha Avatar with Lakshmi ji sitting on his lap. So here we have Varahadev also and Nrsimhadev deity also at the Kroda Nrsimha, or they call Varaha Nrsimha also. But towards the side, we will have Varaha Avatar and Lakshmiji sitting on the lap. This pujari was very nice. Actually, when I went to Ahobilam, I was so wondering, it is like a jungle, and these pujaris by morning they come, they do Mangalarti. I don't know how even they will do that. And it is said that there are lots of bears and tigers living there. Malola Nrsimha. So from Kroda, again we'll go little bit up. We will see again from Kroda Nrsimha to Malola Nrsimha, there are about more than 200, like 200 steps, like hard steps. And here, one side, to when we are climbing, towards the left side is all deep valley. Right side is okay. So it's a deep valley this side. Very careful towards the left side. So climbing the steps, we'll go to Malola Nrsimha. See, this is what I'm telling. We'll climb and we'll go. And all this is the deep valley. If you fall, like it's just a fall. But this side is okay. So we will go to Malola Nrsimha. Ma means Mother Lakshmi. Lola means the lover of Lakshmi. So of all the Nava Nrsimhas, Malola Nrsimha is the most peaceful form. Like this was yesterday, if you remember, the Shatagopa GR, who was meditating on which form is going to. He was the first, like the first GR Swami who first one, the head of the Ahobilam Mutt was he. So yesterday, if you remember, I was telling, like when he was meditating on which in which form Lord is going to accompany him, Malola Nrsimha deity came into his hands. So that deity which came into his hands is still at Ahobilam Mutt. They bring him for the festivals, for Utsav. So it's Utsav deity, they kept it. So now the name I wrote. Yeah, so now the 44th GR Swamiji in the Mutt is Shatagopa Sri Vedanta Deshika Yatendriya Mahadeshika. That's his name. So he took over the Malola Nrsimha deity now. He's worshipping in the Ahobilam Mutt. So this is the one in the front is installed, but this is the Swayambhu Malola Nrsimha. Lakshmi Devi is sitting. This is Lakshmi. So then we'll see Malola Nrsimha, and when we go to Malola Nrsimha, so if this is the temple, so towards the side again we will go and go little bit forward. When we go, we will see Prahalada Badi. That is the most relaxing after so much of walking. That is where Prahalada Badi. So this is the temple. And this is the path. We'll see the temple, we'll come like this, and we keep walking, and we'll go all the way where we will see Prahalada Badi. So that's where Prahalad went to school. Shanda, America, they were there, and on the rocks are so soft, very soft. Literally, I was sleeping there. So it's very soft, and you will see so much writings there. We don't understand the script, but all the stones there is something written. And if we go further, see Prahalada Badi. See, and if we go further, see, so this is all, the pictures are not clear, but behind this rock, there's a big place, that's all Prahalada Badi. And as we walk and come, this is very, I felt this very difficult to climb, though it's short, the stones are very sharp and peak path, this one. So as we go, there's a deep, dark cave kind of thing. And then there is one pujari sitting inside. We don't even realize that there is somebody. It's so dark, no light. So he's just sitting there. And there's a deity called Yogananda Nrsimha. But this Yogananda Nrsimha is not a part of the Nava Nrsimhas. Only the Yogananda Nrsimha of the Nava Nrsimhas, rest all are except Bhargava and Yogananda, they are all on the upper Ahobilam. Yogananda and Bhargava Nrsimha, they are on the lower Ahobilam. But this Yogananda, which is on the upper Ahobilam, is not the Nava Nrsimha. This is different. It is said that This is the cliff from where, if you go inside, the Pujari will explain, from where Prahlad Maharaj was thrown down. So this is the place near the body. Actually, this Pujari was explaining that how difficult it is for them to come every day. They have to do shopping, get tulsi mala, garland, come in the morning, do aarti. And he was telling nobody comes to this temple, especially this, because it is not a Nrsimhadev, come under Nrsimhadev. So he was feeling bad. Like, no, they will come, but he said like not so much crowd. And then after this comes the main thing. So unfortunately, when we went, what happened? My in-laws are little old, about 70. So from Malala Nrsimha, they thought they will stop there, and we all thought we will go to Jwala Nrsimha, because this takes about 2 hours walking in between the boulders and rocks. My father-in-law forgot to take BP medicine. He was holding, just casually was holding my mother-in-law's hand, and they were going down the steps to just sit and wait. And he felt unconscious for just a second. He fell down because he was holding my mother-in-law's hand. She also fell down. And there was a very bad injury, like his feet opened like a pocket. There's a very bad injury. And what happened, for those who cannot climb, they have a facility. If you pay 4,000 or 5,000, they carry these dolas. They make you, the people there are some tribal people also. So they make you sit there, and then they will carry you all wherever we want, they will take. So those tribals, they took some leaves, and then they started tying. So we wanted to go back, but my in-laws were feeling so bad. They requested us, please, we will wait here because you came to have darshan of Jwala Nrsimha. You please go, we will wait. And Varaha Nrsimha Pujari was so nice. He said, I will take care of them. I'll give them food also. Don't worry. You just go have darshan and come. So we left them there, and we started going to Jwala Nrsimha. So in the Jwala Nrsimha is the most austere path. It's really not so easy. And as I was saying, we have to, and after we finish, so we will think, okay, the whole trekking is over. Then we will have about 500 steps to climb. All our water also was done. The Nrsimhadev's mercy, my kids were crying. I feel thirsty. We will not have anything. So there were some people going, and then one person shared. He said, no, I have 2 bottles, you can take 1 bottle. So Nrsimhadev arranged, and this path, if you see, so Jwala Nrsimha temple is there. We have to pass like this, and Rakta Kunda is also there, and water, I don't know, in this picture the water is not coming, but the water flow is always there. And only 1 person can fit, not 2, mostly not 2 will not be able to fit. So what happened, I was worried little bit, it's slippery, and the railing is also not even coming to, like, it's not so safe. Almost 3/4 to half, more than half of the body is like, above the railing. So when my kids were going, I was little worried here. So then we'll go there, and one lady she stands there and she makes panakam. She's always there, and she lives there. I asked her, her house is so open, and I asked, like, don't you have bears and lions coming, like you just live here? She said, I'm living from years here. It's all Narsingha Bhagavan will take care. And she said she sees tigers, sometimes bears. Then she have nice panakam, sweet panakam. So she was serving the panakam. And actually, as we are coming to the Jwala Nrsimha, almost just just behind this, we will have a way to go to Ugrastamba on the right side. We didn't try that because we have to hold a rope and go. It's more risky than Jwala Nrsimha, so I didn't go. Ugrastamba. So who wants to go, they will go there. And then the people over there were explaining that last time when they came, there was a person about middle age, 35 to 40. I think he fell down, and literally the Pujari was saying his hand was hanging. It was so detached that the Pujari got so scared. No hospitals, what to do? So he was thinking, what can be done? What can be done? And he was in so much pain. And then from nowhere, just around 4 feet 5 inches or 5 feet, he was saying, very short person, came and he said, I am a doctor, I can help out. And then this pujari was saying, I couldn't believe that he's a doctor, but then there's no way, so I let him treat him. And then that he just took, and then the pujari was saying he just took something and then tied it, and the hand got just fixed, like how we with the like when we fix the screw, just like this we do, it gets fixed, right? So he just said, like, he just lifted something with the cloth, did something, and it just got so fixed. And he said, okay, my job is done. And that person was walking away, and in just 3-4 steps they couldn't see that that person who came and fixed. So the pujari was explaining it was like a miracle for them. And so as we go, the Ugrastamba is the pillar. You will see the pillar is so this is the temple of Jwala Nrsimha, very small. We have to go, and then so this is how we will go, Jwala Nrsimha. And then this is the waterfalls, Bhavanashini. This is the Rakta Kunda. 1 minute. This is a Rakta Kunda. Nice sweet water. So the picture is not clear. So here there are 3 Nrsimhadevs. So this one. So the one here, oh sorry, this one is the one here. So 4-armed Nrsimhadev coming from the pillar. So this is one, and the one here, the bigger one, is this. Swayambhu deities of Nrsimhadev killing Hiranyakashipu. And there's one more 8-handed Nrsimhadev also towards the other side. So he came out from the Ugrastamba, and what happened? He killed Nrsimhadev here at Jwala Nrsimha. He appeared there on the Ugrastamba, killed here. So he was in a lot of Ugra form. That's Jwala Nrsimha, and that's the Ugrastamba. So it is said that it seems there were 172 sounds with the first step of Nrsimhadev. 172 sounds were produced, and those are the classical 172 ragas. And it is they say that I didn't go, but those who went said there are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet also there when we are going to Ugrastamba. They were mentioning that we can see the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I think we will stop here. It is 9 o'clock. So we'll stop at Jwala Nrsimha. From Pavana Nrsimha, we will see tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautiful. Mataji,
You want to see? If you have time, we can see a video.
I think Parima Mataji, do you have a question? Or we are
No, Mataji, I'm just thanking.
Okay. Okay, Mataji, yes, I'll turn off everything.